Hey, what's up YouTube? Back in the Focus ST video. So this time around I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. This PowerFlex bushing for the rear motor mount, or the lower engine mount as people will call it as well. Both names work. It's the PowerFlex. This is the race version. It's the Black Series race version. It's 95A on the durometer. The other version they have here, I believe it's yellow. It's the 70A model. But yeah, the race version right here, and we're about to install this sucker. Now for this video, of course, like I did with the last PowerFlex video, I'm not going to show you how to actually take off the rear motor mount and stuff like that. There's a great detailed video from Cobb on how to do all that stuff, but right now I'm just going to show you how to actually sort of get the bushing out, the original bushing, put this bushing in, and then I'm going to come back and talk more about what I like and dislike about it.
We gotta take all this back off again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have to take all of that off. The suspension part right there.
Can't you just take this off and this?
I don't think.
And then just slide it down?
You could try it, but I don't think so. I think that
This is in the way?
yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll be in the way.
You see they got oil up under here.
That's what I was gonna ask you, if you see any oil.
Right here? See it?
Yeah.
That's the filter we put on there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't leaking. It's leaking from back over here.
Yeah.
It's coming from up there somewhere because it's running down to here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just coming out right here. That's the only place the dirty is right here.
You said that's where it's coming out?
It's gotta be. There's no more dirty oil spots anywhere. On the top of the engine, it's not. It's just oil right here. It's running down there. Everywhere else is clean. It's coming from the oil pan gasket.
It is? That's what we said last time.
Because it's right here. That's the puddle right here.
Oh yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
It's all along its edge.
Man, forget them. We can just do it ourselves.
All this whole edge got oil all over it.
Mm-hmm. I know, it's okay. What the heck? I got glasses on and still got something in my eye.
What size is that?
13. Oh, you got 13 right here? That's too easy.
Oops, what was that?
I hit that charge pipe right here, or whatever the heck, and a cooler pipe.
Oh, the boat just snapped. Oh shit. In fact, you can see the oil is pooling up on the pan.
Yeah, it is.
It's coming down here. Pooling right up on the oil pan. It's the oil pan gasket.
Yep. We told them that last time. And all they did was they had to sabotage it. Probably opened that up and made it seem like that was coming out. Because remember, when I went to change the oil, it was leaking from right here too.
In the new E-Class.
So these are two things we need to torque. This one and this one.
Did we take this piece out before? This whole thing?
Yeah.
We took it off?
Yeah.
We did?
We took all this off because we had to get the bushing onto this.
Oh, okay. It's gotta be out the groove now.
So after this,
it's the after party then.
After the party, it's the hotel lobby. Yeah.
in the world.
Oh.
So this is the part of the video, well, the install I should say, where we had a what the f moment. What are we gonna do? How are we gonna get this bushing out of here? So we did like the men in our family do. When in doubt, destroy things. So after hours of trying, we're giving up. The install is greater than us. We're gonna head out to a shop and hopefully they can get it out for us. We'll see what happens. All right, so we ended up going to a local brake shop and we asked them to press this out for us. They used their press. All right, so let me specify real quick. They didn't just use a press. According to them, they actually cut it out into sections and then use a press to press that out. And they did that because we jacked it up so much. So if you get this and you go to your local brake shop, they should just press it out and be done. Got the sucker out, Now what we're gonna do is grease it up like you're supposed to. Grease on here and inside of there, and then stick it in there, torque it back to what, 70 pound-feet, and that'll be it. Then we're off to see how wonderful it is or how not wonderful it is. I'm sure it's gonna be wonderful though. Alright you guys, so I've been driving on this for one day, and let me tell you, I really enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy it. I will go ahead and say this, because of the design of the stock motor mount, I do feel as if you're gonna go this route, if you want something that's truly hard, if you really drive hard, if you really are trying to go autocrossing, then you should really look at just go ahead and getting an aftermarket motor mount instead of just going with this bushing, because of the design of those versus the design of the e-Focus mount that's in this vehicle and in vehicles that are built from 15 and up. I believe some 14, some late model built 14s do have the e-Focus mount, but don't quote me on that. But yes, just changing out the bushing to this race version 95A. If you're gonna go the bushing route, I do think that you should go ahead and get this version, get the 95A version, because like I said, the design of the stock mount, I do think that you should get a harder bushing, because you know, if you're gonna get a bushing, if you're going this route, you really do want to clean some of this stuff up down here, and I do think the 95A version will clean it up more than the other version, and you will not sacrifice NVH. Let's talk about this NVH. I feel it, I hear it, it's there on initial startup. As soon as I put the bushing in there, as soon as we torqued all the stuff, put everything back up, I started it up on the ramps, I can instantly feel it. Oh yeah. Oh, it definitely feels different. Look, come sit in it. Huh? Come sit in it. You feel it?
It's vibrating?
Yeah. Yeah. I got the 95A one, the strongest one they had. And you can definitely feel the vibrations on this one.
I feel it shaking me.
See, I only feel it right there. It kind of feels. It doesn't really feel like too bad. We'll see when I start driving it. Yeah, you can.
I feel it shaking.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly fine car. I made it shake.
You can instantly hear it, but it's, in my opinion, it's cool. It's not obnoxious. It's not distracting, and I like it. I actually kind of enjoy it, if that's weird. You hear it more on idle, you feel it more when you hear it and feel it more when you're taking off. At idle, you do feel it, you do hear it, the NVH, right? Because it's a bassy sound, it's a really bassy sound. I'm gonna try to pick up on camera. It's a really bassy sound. And yes, you will hear it at idle, but it's not like what people make it seem like, you know what I'm saying? The car's not gonna just sit there, just be like shaking and jerking at idle, so it's fine. This bushing, at least, it's fine. I don't know about aftermarket motor mounts, but with this bushing, everything is fine. You feel it more taking off. I do feel a little bit of NVH, like I do feel a little bit of vibrations and a little bit more noise when I'm decelerating. So say I downshift, right? And let's say this is taking all the way up to third gear, and I can feel this more. When I decelerate like this from a higher RPM, I can feel it more. And yeah, man, I just think it puts the power down well. It puts the power down really well. But like I said, though, if you're gonna do a lot of really hard driving, then go ahead and look at one of those aftermarket motor mounts. Because for this one, I think that a really hard driving, it's still gonna be a little bit too much movement for you. But for me, for everyday driving and just that little bit of excitement that I have when I want to pass somebody up, or you know, I come into a curvy road, I'm like, and I just start getting it. I think that this is fantastic, and I love the way it feels. Torque steer is not gone. I initially thought it was gone on the first night that I drove around with it really hard. I thought that it was gone, but today I was actually out driving and I had it in second gear. I didn't floor it, right? But I was coming out of a turn and I gave it a little gas, you know, and I could feel it. I could feel the torque steer, but it definitely is not as bad as it as it has been. So yeah, man, I recommend it. I highly enjoy it. The engine is there. It feels more planted. There's less movement. It feels better when you're accelerating. It feels better when you're decelerating. It feels better when you're downshifting. Downshifting feels great now with this bushing, and I highly suggest the bushing. If you have the equipment, then go for it. If you don't have the equipment, it will probably cost you a little extra because you're gonna have to take the stock motor mount somewhere. You gotta take it somewhere so that they can actually go ahead and remove everything like you need. That's what I had to do, so it cost me a little extra. So factor that into it as well, because it's not easy to get that stock bushing out of it. That's just an extreme case. Like when I take off, I usually give it more gas than probably people usually do, so I don't really feel the NVH that much. Like when I start to go from about right here, I feel it and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So once my RPM start to really go higher when I'm taking off, I don't really feel it. I can sit here and let me sit here and give you a couple of revs too, and you can hear some of the stuff in the car maybe shake, or you can kind of maybe feel it or hear some of the bassiness of it. But here's idle. So look, I'm gonna show you some revs. When I get it past 1,000, maybe about like 1,500 or a little below that, that's when the NVH kind of stops. So like right here, it's like this. I feel a little more, and then it's gone. And then it does depend on how fast you're kind of stabbing your gas pedal. So right here, that was really low. So if I give it a little bit more gas quicker, you can feel it and it's gone. You know what I'm saying? And if I gave it high gas, high throttle, I don't know, I'm not even speaking English correctly, but if I give it a little bit more throttle quicker, you'll feel it more, and you'll actually hear some of the stuff in the car kind of shake. I have some change down there that never would shake before, but here, you know what I'm saying? You can, it's a little, the NVH is a little there, and it all depends on how quick you're stabbing the gas pedal, or how you're modulating the gas pedal, I should say. But it's definitely not a problem for me during everyday driving, and I rather enjoy it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm gone.
Who that thinking that he frontin' on women? Get the fuck off my stage. I'm the